Good. And now I see footage. Footage. Yeah. What would I give you? It always starts you off with 4K. So I'm going for 4K. Eat yo ye.
2K TV, Candace Parker. I am fangirling out right now. I'm like, oh, it's just an honor to be in your presence. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, what's it like being in 2K? Like, this is a historic moment for WNBA. This is awesome.
No, I think that this is great. You know, the first person I called was my nephew. He's like the biggest 2K fan, and his response was like, "What's your rating going to be?" And I was like, okay, well, we'll get to that. And he was like, well, congrats, you know, after the fact that he wanted to know my rating first. But I think this is huge for the WNBA, that everybody's included, and now young kids can play with, you know, role models. That's the key.
What was the process like for people who don't know? Like, you're coming in, you don't know what to expect. What was all going on here today at the mocap studio?
It really was smooth to come in and see all the cameras here and to do your movements.
You said do your movements. So what movements are a part of your game that need to be in 2K20?
Well, first, the baby hair has to be in 2K.
Yeah, the physical attributes are really...
Yes, and then also just like my patent, I think the hop that...
This is Hack in the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex, the official home of your Detroit Pistons. Get it more gets done.
Check out the fashion style of the Bucks as they enter the building. Bring out the red carpet and the game arrival. Sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. A view of downtown Detroit is seen from the riverfront. Beautiful day here in the Motor City.
Well, almost all of the
Get tired of seeing this guy's face.
You're right, DA. It'll be still.
Milwaukee washed us last time.
And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Lopez.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond.
He's checked in for the Bucks. When you're a championship contender, Chris, what are the aspects, the characteristics of an offense that is needed to get to that level?
Oh,
you have to be balanced.
You have to not do that.
You can't be an inside team that can't shoot threes. You can't be a team that just shoot threes. You have to have guys that can dribble, that can get their own shot. You need guys that can catch and be standstill shooters as well, so that when you have the guys that dribble and get that space, their hands are ready and they're already ready. They're already prepared to shoot, and then it'd be really nice to have a post player, a dominant inside finisher, a guy that once he gets it in the painted area, everyone's going to have to watch out because he's going to dunk on him and make a post.
Here's Rose. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Griffin. Rose has got his second bucket of the night.
And this is what you get from Griffin, very willing to give it up to his open teammates.
Now, Antetokounmpo. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New York.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
Just 4 to shoot. The 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Pistons have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Rose against Middleton. And it's Rose penetrating. Second shot opportunity. In deep, Drummond drops it in.
An elite offensive rebounder. Drummond judges shots, trajectories, and angles so well. I mean, just great hustle.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. He's picked up by Drummond. Now here's Bledsoe. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Releases. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Oh, you hate to let those easy chances slip through your fingers.
Poked away. It's stolen by Hill. Fast break, Milwaukee. Can they get it? No good from Bledsoe.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
Pass to Middleton. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 3 assists tonight. And for Detroit, they come in off a good outing against Cleveland. There's Jackson with the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Jackson's got 8 points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. With 1 on the clock, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with their leads. Well, there are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name. He helped set the record straight of how you pronounce it.
Way you gotta say with a D, so it's Antetokounmpo. But in the Greek way, you say with the NT, like Antetokounmpo. Whatever you got, just say, you know, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with it.
Then there's Hill. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Connaughton in at the 2. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The Bucks working the ball around. Outside, Antetokounmpo gets an open look and hits.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, I guess that's what being an all-star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win. Kevin?
First-time all-star and well-deserved. David, thank you. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Bucks. They trail by 9 points. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
I mean, it's a big-time victory when you can just storm back like they did. Didn't have a good first half, but completely outdid themselves, particularly in that third quarter.
Murray surveying the D. Releases from 15. They grab their own miss.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
The Pistons have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. And that one misses. So for the Pistons, Drummond's checked in for Morris. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Murray. He's off on the second.
It's a brand new era in Detroit, Kevin. I mean, Dwayne Casey has been given the reins, and there's a lot to like about the future. In this short time, has Detroit excited.
Jackson with it. Matthews covering. Jackson misses.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Well, it's huge. Whenever Griffin comes up with blocks, I mean, you'd love to see him be more consistent in this area.
Wow, Wow, he got
Shameful.
on that. Would
Shameful.
shouldn't be much debate there.
I gotta choose which one of these videos to keep though. That guy looks super old. Payment method, card, approved. What does that even mean?
That's off as well, so he misses both.
And really, the ceiling for Antetokounmpo is limitless. I mean, he has the potential to be a Hall of Famer one day.
Passes it to Rose. And the layup's good off the glass. Rose has got the lead up to 9 now for Detroit.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance?
And so it's the Detroit Pistons in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks. Dwayne, you're ahead. How do you keep this up for the rest of the game?
Well, maintain the disposition. I think we got to have a tough mental disposition against this team because they're going to keep playing. They know how to play the physical game. We did a good job in that half. We've got to maintain that.
Case, thanks for your time. Back to you.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Nice game. Great performance by Brook Lopez.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Detroit, at the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Jackson is out there with Derrick Rose, and it's Drummond in at the center. The creation of the super teams, Chris, is enough being done to ensure a competitive balance in the NBA.
I think so. I think that every year we have to evolve in trying to do enough and see what happened the previous year. But yeah, and the fact remains, though, Kevin, is, you know, I like working with you. You're my friend. I would go work with you. And in basketball, you want to go play with your friends.
Same
so
stuff, yeah.
How do you stop that?
Right.
I don't know. When guys get to hang out in the summer and say, wouldn't it be cool if we got to play together, our kids would play together, we could win one? That's going to be hard to deter. So I just think it's about how strong the will of the friends are, and more importantly, what is the league doing to kind of not necessarily.
Detroit ends up going with the new group.
I really like
Different
their
look
like
for
little
Milwaukee.
close signs.
Bucks trail by 10. To the middle, here's Ilyasova, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
He's a pro at fighting through the contact and finishing the book.
Well, there's on Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Good motor on the glass, and he can chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
That free throw good from Ilyasova. Detroit leading by 7. Brown feeling it out a bit. It's tipped. Here's Kennard, guarded by Korver, 13 feet away. The put
Yeah, like, oh boy, is wide open.
rebound and puts it back up and in.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Brown against Hill. Korver kicks to Connaughton. Elbow shot is on the way, and the shot is long.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range, just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
Brown outside. Here's Kennard. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And now a 12-point Piston lead.
Well, it was just a mystery what the defense was doing there. You never want to give him that much space outside the three-point line.
Outside Hill. 1:03 left to play in the third. Just 5 to shoot. Puts up a 3. The shot, no good. And it's Detroit the other way. Here's Kennard. He has 5. Pass to Wood. Now here's Brown. Here's Morris. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Morris has got the lead up to 14 now for the Pistons. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 27 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And that one's good from Connaughton.
Just not enough space for him to get to the rim. I mean, and the finish is flawless.
Brown against Hill. And here is Brown. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Kennard. Over Korver. Misses there.
And Korver is solid at getting a hand in the face. I've seen him hustle on that end of the floor.
And so it's the And let's go back to a terrific finish. Following tonight, our State Farm assistant of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA is headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men.
Oh my god, he's gonna go down that track of thought.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. George Hill out there at Bledsoe. And it's Ilyasova in at the 5 spot. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket for Middleton.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Kennard. He's guarded by Hill. Takes a 3. Kennard's shot is off.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And that one drops for him.
Who knows what this score would look like if he wasn't on his game tonight.
Here's Jackson. Rebounded by the Bucks. And up the court come the Bucks on the break.
Dude.
And that was the correct play to make. George Hill, a very discerning playmaker.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Bet.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
Oh, you ready to go back to where that? Bro. Yo.
.107 left in the game. Great D that time from Middleton.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and gotten the perfect position to alter the shot.
Here's Giannis. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out.
Now look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Clearly a foul.
First one falls for him. And some changes here for the Bucks. Wilson, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Brown comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for George Hill. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Korver with it. Picked up by Brown. Outside Korver. There's the pass to DiVincenzo. Clock at 4. Trying his luck from deep. It's hauled in by Wood. Shoots the 3. Missed. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawless.
I mean, the energy
tonight, folks, for our
This
broadcast.
last win makes 6.
I like that. You mentioned people in your family playing 2K. Does your daughter play 2K yet?
My daughter will play 2K now. She likes playing games where there's girls in the game. And
Yes.
so she'll be excited because she can recognize all the WNBA teams on the game.
So you guys gonna play together?
I think so. We got the console. Look it up. So yeah, but I'm not gonna take it easy on her.
I like that.
No.
Tough love.
Yep.
Well, you're on the court playing with the Sparks. You're on TV. You're a broadcast presenter. You're a mom. How do you do it all?
I have an amazing daughter, and I have amazing family, friends. Definitely takes a village.
Look, it's a nice.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are, and nothing.
In the last
It sure is fun to watch, DA. Thank you. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. To take a look at the Pistons. Here in the early part of the season, they've acquired the 3rd best record in the conference. And of course, there's the Pacers. They're 10th best in the conference.
And I think for the Pistons, they're one of the teams that's caught everybody off guard. This season has gone about as well as they could have hoped for early on.
Absolutely, Greg. You can tell they are relishing their status as underdogs. It has fueled an impressive.
Indiana making some changes.
Like a
TJ
5-game
Leafs
win
checked
streak,
in
that's
for
for sure.
Sabonis. Lamb comes in for Warren. And Brogdon subbed in for TJ McConnell. Well, every year, Doris, despite the expert predictions, there are always big surprises. Some things that come out of the blue. Boy, they're fun to watch.
We tend to use that word expert lightly because you never know, despite collections of talent, who's going to work well together, who develops their chemistries, what injuries play a part in a particular season. Are there mid-season trades that sort of maybe change the chemistry and the makeup of a particular roster? So listen, predictions, take them with a grain of salt. You never know how an NBA season might play out.
And that's why we love the regular season so much. Long, yes, but so many different twists and turns along the way.
No doubt.
From 13, here's Drummond. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
No good from Lamb.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Stolen by Brogdon. And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading the way.
My goodness, it's hard to stay with Oladipo in transition. The speed, the quickness can be overwhelming.
Passes to Kennard. Fires the 3. They get it back. And that one's good. Drummond.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
To me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Here's Oladipo, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Oladipo's got 8 points.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
How long does he need to have on top of the free shot?
Brogdon with it. Five to shoot. Here's Lamb. Off target from three-point range. Fires top of the key. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Pacers leading by 5. And Andre Drummond says he's learned how to be a leader on this.
Watching previous guys who've led this team.
And, you know, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Wood out there with Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then there's Brown. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. Jackson against Lamb. Here's Bitadze. It's hauled in by Wood. Pistons trailed by 5. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Lamb, and a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 3 assists tonight. Brown outside. Back to Jackson. On the wing, Morris. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Brown outside. On deep. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
What the fuck was that?
Dumboy is checked in for the Pistons. One second left. And that concludes the first half. Pacer. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action. Follow. Third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You look at Vic. Teams changing it up here.
Little rookie.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. On the court right now for the Pacers. Sabonis and Turner up front. Oladipo is the 2 with Warren playing small forward. And it's McConnell in at the 1. Here's Griffin. The Pacers pull it in.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1 3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, and Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. And the Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
He sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
And it's sent back by Turner.
How about Turner's ability to anticipate when the shooter's going to release? Couldn't be better at timing his rejections.
And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. He dishes it to Turner. Here's Warren. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Outside Jackson. And the wide open shot from Rose. No good that time. And Indiana will come the other way.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts in a three-point
It's a
play
leave
chance
assignment
right
on a
here.
rebound.
Coming up. Pacers have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. And a different look here for the Pistons. Markieff Morris is checked in for Drummond. Christian Wood comes in for Blake Griffin. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. And it's Brown in for Jackson. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. TJ Leaves checked in for Sabonis. Justin Holiday comes in for Warren. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for TJ McConnell. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three. He might...
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Derrick Rose is out there with Reggie Jackson. That's the group for Detroit right now.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Rose. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
McConnell with it. The pass to Oladipo. Here's Turner shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Well, that ability of Miles Turner to draw that foul to me is about him carving space on the interior. Really well done.
That one is no good. Pistons trail by 6. Outside Jackson. Floats one. The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Turner. For Indiana, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Indiana moving it around. Oladipo against Rose. Back to Sabonis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Count it. Good. 16 points for Victor Oladipo.
Well, it's a difficult guard contending with Victor Oladipo because this guy is prepared on the catch to make a shot.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Victor Oladipo really making a difference here.
You've got to take a timeout, take a breath, and come up with
I
a
like
plan
how they
for
finally
to stop
changed it
this
from
guy.
only having cheerleaders during the middle scene. Because I'm like, that's not like an NBA game. Yeah, well, also it's an X. It's like fucking dogs and stuff half the time.
Whether it's been on open looks or with the guys raped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. Pistons trail by 8. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth.
You have to love the tenacity, but also the awareness to make sure he came away with that ball.
McConnell finds Turner. Inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, to me, this franchise has got to be thrilled and excited about the upside Miles Turner has. He's a hard-nosed player who wants to be great, Kevin.
All free throws good from Turner. A minute 20 left to play in the final quarter. And here's Rose. At the elbow, Griffin. From deep 3-point range, the long distance 3 is buried.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Back to Turner. He's looking for Sabonis and finds him. But he recovers it.
Oh, great job there, tracking down the long rebound, and the clock will continue to run.
Well, you love the aggressiveness of Domantas Sabonis, attacking and using his size to his advantage.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity stripe to close this one out.
Fires from deep. Sabonis grabs the board. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly. If they just play smart, this game's over.
Bucket is good. Turner's got the lead up to 12 now for the Pacers.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork, GA. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Here's McConnell. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think... And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldrich, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
I think I finally got that one. What? That's what I'm talking about. Let's get water to
The Neighborhood Scout is back. I'm the 2K MC, and 2K Compete events are tipping off in the neighborhood. And we're starting with a chance for you to earn a trip to Chicago for NBA All-Star 2020.
Awesome.
It's the Ruffles Ridge Tournament of Champions, and it all starts Saturday the 14th. You have 8 opportunities from now until December 31st to compete in special 4-on-4 games, featuring the return of the Ruffles 4-point ridgeline. After each game, you'll receive a score, and the top 5 players at the end of each event will pick from these in-game items. And at the end of the 8 events will earn a trip for 2 to Chicago for NBA All-Star Weekend. Everyone who plays will receive $2,500.
This is Hank and the Hornet on
On the floor for the visiting Detroit Pistons. And the other forward.
High up and with pregame.
Well, guys,
yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Williamson.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense.
Tonight we have 2 teams that love to push the tempo, love the pace. Smitty, do you like the fact the NBA is getting faster?
You know, I like it, Kevin. What I don't like is the coming down and taking a shot, an ill-advised shot. There's nothing wrong with playing fast, getting the ball up the court. If you don't have an advantage or a high percentage shot, just bring it out and run your offense.
Stay within the offense, in other words.
Yep,
right?
stay within the offense.
5 on the clock. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. Releases from the wing and drills it. Jackson's got his second basket of the night. Ball against Jackson. It's stolen. Passes it to Kennard. He gets it in there.
That's how you set the table and everybody gets to eat.
1:49 left here in the first quarter. Ball against Jackson. Now Williamson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas. Just 5 on the clock. Pass the ball. And there's Williamson on the assist by Ball. 6 points for Zion Williamson.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
1:14 left in the first quarter of the game. Goes up from the top of the key. They get it back. Drummond. Great D that time from Favors.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Ingram outside. Shot from 12. And then Favors with the dunk.
One of the foremost offensive rebounders in the game. Favors always in pursuit.
Jackson with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Indiana. Here's Kennard, covered by Reddick. It's good. Kennard's got his second basket.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Favors. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for Detroit. 9-point game. Getting their first look of the season at this Pelicans team.
And going back a season ago, it was a win for both sides in their 2 meetings.
So you know that every game these 2 teams play will be an exciting one.
And the Pistons with possession here. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
From deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Drew Holiday has been on display for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Drew Holiday's on 1, 2. Yeah, if they would have kept Anthony Davis, it would have been
Is checked in for New
nice. Really up on the young guy.
One more. And Detroit looking at who they've got. At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Then there's Markieff Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson.
Defensively, they've had no answer for him this period, and he continues to stay aggressive.
one area that the Pistons were great in last year was perimeter defense.
What they did, GA, they closed out on shooters fantastically. They got hands up and hands up high. Allowed the fewest threes against as a team. Their interior defense was just so-so, but on the perimeter, they were tough.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And that one's good, Ingram.
And you cannot give Ingram even an inch of airspace. He's ready to let it go if he gets it.
It's Jackson with the drive, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Jackson's got 6.
And you can bet they weren't expecting that kind of a flashy move out of him, but that spin worked to perfection.
The underrated vision of Holiday. I like it when he's distributing, and I think his coach does as well.
Pass to Snell. Back to Jackson. Morris right side. Here's Snell. His last outing, he had 8 points. Rebounded by Hart. Hart's got 4 rebounds in this game. From the wing. And he overshot that one, missing.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system, or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. And with all the uncertainty in New Orleans last season, Drew Holiday staying focused on winning games.
You know, Kevin, with everything he's been through, whether it's his injuries, his wife dealing with her own health scare, it gives you perspective on things.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Derek Favors checked in for Hayes. Reddick comes in for Josh Hart. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Drew Holiday. Drummond's checked in for the Pistons. And the shot goes in.
Well, this is what makes Griffin special. We know he can score, but he's a good passer as well.
Reddick surveying the D. Shoots over Griffin. The shot by Reddick, no good.
And that's okay. Even though you missed, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Out left to the wing. This one for 3. That one doesn't drop. And so it's New Orleans looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And we'll... Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this. Big group substitution here for New Orleans. Derek Favors checked in for Okafor. Josh Hart comes in for Ingram. Morris checked in for Drew Holiday. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Ball. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. J.J. Redick is out there with Etuan Moore. And it's Hart in at the 3. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. And that one's good. Williamson.
And this is Alvin Gentry's 4th stop as an NBA head coach. He's been working as an NBA assistant, get this, since 1988.
Over 3 decades in this league. A decade coaching in college. Worked for and with so many legendary coaches. He's seen it all.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And that's what I've done." So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. Here's Murray, and the rejection by Favors.
What perfect timing on that play. Derek Favors, an outstanding shot blocker.
If that was obviously going to happen, like, dude can't beat that bad with the ball.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
And the Pistons making a change here. Rose is checked in. Well, he grew up in East Chicago, a steel mill town in Indiana. And E'Twaun Moore says, Smitty, he had to work 3 times harder than the next guy to make it.
You know what, Kevin? Every team needs an E'Twaun Moore. He'll never be a star, but he has earned his place in this league.
And the basket by Rose. Rose has got 10 points in the game.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
And the pass to Favors. Lays it up off the glass. Favors got 4 points in the quarter.
Favors is a huge guy that absorbs contact. A true master at getting his shots off in the midst of really intense defense.
Rose. And it's Williamson with the rebound.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
The Pistons shooting their first free throw tonight.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Griffin's checked in for the Pistons. Pelicans leading by 13. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now, here's Reddick. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Shot clock at 5. From the arc. The shot, no good. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We come back right after this.
Here comes the ball. Destructive. And
And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
They're playing harder, they're cutting harder, they're running harder, they're playing defense on us harder down here. We're kind of tiptoeing on our cuts. We got to up our level.
And Dwayne Casey imploring his guys to put forth a greater effort. Feels they're getting out hustled.
That's right. I mean, the one thing coaches cannot stand is a lack of energy. Expect these guys to ramp it up from an intensity standpoint.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Detroit, at the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. And it's Rose. Then there's Markieff Morris. Oh, and lately we have seen star players changing teams more often. Shorter contracts, player options. Smitty, is there any downside to any of that?
You know, I think the downside is from a fan standpoint, you get invested in a player and he's moved in like 2 or 3 years. I think it should be where if a player wants to sign a longer-term contract with the organization, that should be a rule in play. But right now with these shorter contracts and player options, there's going to always be a lot of movement.
The feed to Rose. Down low. Nice movement by Detroit. Snell kicks to Rose. For 3. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
After a lackluster first half, he's taken charge offensively. We'll see how the defense responds.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And boy, what a year it was for Derrick Rose. And the sea of fans hoping that he would get back to what he wants.
And for Rose, so many had written him off, but he was a huge factor for the Timberwolves.
Rose still has a tremendous passion for the game, and it really shows on the court. His renaissance last season was one of the better stories in our league.
Free throw, no good for Drummond.
Andre Drummond's games has to improve at the free throw line if he wants to be a go-to player.
Now here is Holiday. He's guarded closely. Back to Favors. Count it.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're trailing by 3. 51 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Drew Holiday.
Hey guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Ingram comes in for Jarek Favors. And it's Lonzo Ball in for J.J. Redick. Drummond working against Okafor. Drummond passes to Jackson. But they recover it. Griffin trying to get open. It drops. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
I love it. Clutch situation. Andre Drummond puts the team on his back.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
An occasional over-the-back call is fine with him. That's just how he plays and how he attacks the glass.
It's how a lot of people play now. Rebounding techniques have changed over the years. Purists would say, not for the better.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
Yeah, impressed with the work ethic of Ball. You can see a desire to want to be great, and he's going to continue to work on improving those weaknesses.
Rose against Ball. Ingram with the steal. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2.
And guys, really no ceiling on Ingram. This is a guy who has the potential to be a truly great player before it's all done.
Those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're behind by 3. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Left side Rose, outside Jackson to tie it up. Misses the tray. So it's a new victory for the Pelicans, pulling it out for the W. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home that it...
That's what that game is all about.
You guys ready to hammer out this deal? Yeah, let's do it. All right, here's what they're starting with.
I think they've done that one. What the big one? These two. These 4. Okay. This will be like G to channel or B to them. Come on, using.
Fantastic. Looking forward to a long and healthy relationship.
Me too, man.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, you can do that. HS. Yeah, HS. Go for it. And then I BM the paper out. Boom. And bang. Yeah, so send it over and BM. And see if you sent. Yeah. That's the one place I haven't been. Where is it? Oh. Oh, shit. Well, good deed. I should do wide open again. He's constantly just wide open. This dude does not play any defense whatsoever. Running us, and they're not even that good. Good shot. Play some defense. Jesus, actually guard your man. Like brown shirt, this is right. You son of a bitch. Like foul him, bro. You just stand in this. Yeah, 3 seconds. Oh boy, I don't know basketball. Who is this dude? No defense. Like, you have a man to guard. I don't think he gets it. Okay, I'm not throwing the ball anymore, bro. You've just been awful. Just completely awful. Like, get on your man there so he can play some D. He's just so... Get the fuck out of the way, bro. Like, get a rebound. You actually tried to play defense at the very end. I'm proud that you finally figured it out. It's like the entire game, not even trying to play D. Man just running around. Ugh. Dude. How you doing? I'm doing alright. Alright. Ivy, is it? Zav? There's two of you. Zav and Ivy. Zang, it's just litting up. Littens with kittens. Shine me out. Yeah, diddy. Big house. Oh, grassy ass. Yeah, it's litty. Who the hell? I gotta scroll up. It doesn't show you all that stuff on whatchamacallit. Restreams. Who the hoster? Zav is the hoster. Grassy ass Zav. Let me hit you with the. I don't even know if we follow you, Mr. Zav, but we do now. Stay talking about that again. Oh, does it not allow you to? You can't donate when a streamer is just restreaming, huh? Tisk. Next time. Yeah, no problem, bro. Yeah, we gotta find some a court that's open now. What do you typically play? What's your game of choice? We're all about Smash Bros over here, but also I'm a variety streamer, especially when I'm working on shit. I don't want to play Smash Bros when I'm working on shit. Zav sent you here. Hey, well, welcome. Again, this is a stream where we get down and not just gaming, but it's about competitive nature here. It's about competitive nature as well as teaching you guys how to use things, like how to use your lino points if you get them from the chest. Or a lot of our players, it's competitive nature here, so they get lino points from playing in Smash Bros events or whatever other tournaments that we offer. We offer to, like, if you look at our about section, that's what it's going to tell you, pretty much. It's I'm kind of mad there's like not more people on this playground. I might just go into my next game. Oh, wait. Thank you to all the new followers / new viewers that just came through from the Zav host, and welcome. We kind of 2K noobish over here, but it is what it is. Let's get it. This man with the nasty roast with the nasties. Oh, they look like they spent some money on 2K. They also got nice averages, but I'm like, it's a lot easier to get a nice average when you got a lot of money in your character. I'm like, nah, I like to do things straight up. You gotta earn it. Why aren't you even trying to guard him? There's one person that can get the ball right now, bruh. Oh, fucking A. We gotta make sure he's boxed out. We failed at that box out. Dude, please. What is this? Why are you not trying to guard him? What is with people doing this today? I don't understand. Dude, you got shook on that too. Oh, how you gonna miss that? Bad shot selection. He's in the post, bro. Bad layup selection. Yeah, you gotta stand for a charge on those probably. Oh shit, trying to juke me. Okay.
You want to break or you want to?
I can get in the bit.
You want to bring it?
Yeah, okay. I really wish you could unlock from this so you can get off the ball. Because you just lighten him up like, yeah, thank you for finally not letting him just do whatever he wants. Giant. She's not even left right. Don't force me up top, no. Thank you, he's trying to guard him. No. How do they call those bad soft selections? Traveling? How do you even manage? He's just gonna shoot that because he's a shooter. Bro, get up there. Thank you. Uh-oh. Get it. Get him there. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm like, he's made like one shot. For a slasher, definitely don't make a lot of layups. Not enough. My boy. What the fuck? What is that? My dude. Like I might, it's gonna have to be NBA or something. What is that? Oh. Hurts the brain though. You just like how? Do you do that when you're on the actual court? Like, good God. Like, who you trying to guard? I was telling you. Okay, so interesting. My thing is like they got the WNBA in this game, right? But I don't think I see like any female custom characters. I don't know if like maybe the custom characters just don't have female build, or if there's no females to play custom. What is it? How is that one seen? Oh my God! Gracias. Wow. There's a thing. Another thing is like people and making matches happen just seems ridiculous. Like their ability to like line up for a court. It's non-existent. You will literally have the same people run around looking for a game instead of just getting on court. Get on court. Oh God. Oh God. Is that him? I think the hair is slightly different. Oh, that's that one dude though. No. No, it's not gonna end well. It's not gonna end well. I can't do this. Look ridiculous. Hmm. We still got it. It's this guy's whole thing to try to be bad. Man, how you just hack the shit out of him? Ugh. Dude, he said he was just getting it. He's still trying. Oh, he's gonna be able to hit that. Oops. Bro, do not just shoot it. Wow, okay, I guess you can just dunk him. No, definitely out on him. No, he blocked it right. What's happening? Gotta try it. Oh, that's too hot now right now. Ooh. Good shit. Damn, my daddy just got by with him. Still blocking. Oh, he's so open. What a move. Bro, you've been cold as shit though. Yeah, man, we gotta foul that. He got through it. Wow. Damn it. I was like, this is the only person who's gonna grab the ball right now and score. Damn. So we needed to stop in that 3-ball. I wasn't bad though. Oh boy, it was just cold.
Oh boy, oh my, perfect hit, perfect hit.
What did I choose one? Oh. Yeah. That would be a good one. That'd be good. Okay, I think we're gonna need that first. Wait, what? If I take this down...
Oh boy, oh my, perfect hit, perfect hit.
Got it, now... which is what I'm about to answer. That on this one, please connect me. Oh, the these ones not working out or something. Guess not. I'm gonna play the next one so that we can get a little. Playing the next one is a little bit more. Wow. Wow.
We've got some rapid fire questions for you.
Gosh,
I know, right? It's exciting. It's exciting. What's your biggest fear?
I'm claustrophobic. Like, I don't like when there's two people in the elevator and like
Two people?
I know you said rapid fire because I'm continuing this question.
Yeah, no.
I really want to talk about this.
But two people isn't
There's
a
two
lot.
people,
That's
and
not a lot of people.
somebody stands close to you, you know?
Okay.
And I'm like,
You're doing your signature hop step.
yeah, I'm like doing the James Harden travel backwards. That's what I'm doing. People talk to my face. Oh, my bad, James.
What's the one movie that you could watch and never get tired of?
Oh my gosh, Wedding Crashers.
Favorite line? You gotta give it.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. The 2K Sports pregame show.
The giant fist of Joe Louis announcing Detroit as the setting of our broadcast today. 2K Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. GA, it's all yours.
And a fresh new face in.
Thanks, David. Shea is marketable, Greg, as they get.
And I'm not too surprised that Shay's already landing sponsors. I mean, he has the game, the personality, and he has a lot of people.
I like these head things. I might have to like make some of those for like the NBA 2K streams. Need some of those like flash holographic.
Would reveal about your team and your opposition.
Two new
Player
overlays I need to make.
tendencies and team tendencies, how do they win? What areas are they really strong in? A team being excellent on the glass or tremendous in transition offense or very physical. I mean, just those types of nuggets that you would have for a team and then individual players so that you could try to position them to not be at their best by what you did to counteract them.
Good explanation. From 12 feet out, Doncic, no good. Detroit's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Rose against Hardaway. Misses in close.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
To the inside. Out to Porzingis.
Damn.
Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4. And in this first quarter,
Oh, come on.
played.
Yeah, made no control.
Jackson looking it over. Pass to Rose. 6 on the shot clock. Outside for Griffin. Over Porzingis. Here's Drummond. Can't cash in from close range.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Hardaway goes in. And it's Griffin with the rebound. The Pistons trailing. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Rose in the post, guarded by Hardaway. Doesn't go that time. And it's Dallas the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
And that can drive guys absolutely crazy. I mean, they know they're better free throw shooters than that, but just did not get it done from the line.
The Pistons working the ball around now. Outside Rose. to end the run. Mavericks with the rebound.
Boy, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
That's tipped. Hardaway finds Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Rose against Hardaway. Here's Rose. 23 points for him the last game against New Orleans.
And we have to mention his rebounding. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for Dallas. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We come back right after this. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the NBA.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA always, and he always had pictures of Michael and then Kobe and Shaq, and then we both started watching a lot of NBA.
Detroit ends up going with the new group. Dallas also making some changes. Porzingis, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Hardaway comes in for J.J. Barea. And it's Wright in for Jalen Brunson. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Reggie Jackson out there with Rose. That's the group for Detroit right now. Mavericks trail by 10.
And the Mavericks seem to have done the hard part, acquiring a potential franchise player in Luka Doncic.
And you know, guys, we've seen it, but in this league, one star isn't enough. That's why I think the trade for Porzingis was a good gamble. If he can stay healthy, they have an inside-outside star combo to build on.
And it's Wright with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, I tell you what, Doncic plays with really good energy and awareness, but also he's got a quiet physicality to him, and he doesn't mind being bumped around when he's trying to score.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. Free throw good from Doncic. On when you see that step back 3, Clark for Doncic. Shades of James Harden, the way he gets that shot off.
And you know what they say, Luka's deceleration, hitting the brakes and stopping suddenly, is top notch. Just like James Harden's. So that's quite a compliment. A lot of that is footwork and balance. But I think his quickness, too, guys, has been a little bit underrated. This guy is a little better athlete than he gets credit for.
That's tipped.
You know, I like that Doncic, guys, doesn't back down on defense and tries to make it hard for his opponents.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
I think one of the best ways, guys, to score in transition is that quick hitter after the first burst.
Rose kicks to Jackson. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Drummond throws it down.
I was not expecting that alley. I've got so many fans from that alley.
Usually he's one of the leading dunkers in the NBA because he doesn't waste any time or motion in there.
Doncic outside, takes a 3. Rebound, Detroit. Griffin's got 5 rebounds tonight.
You know, he looks a little off kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Here's Doncic. No good on the last second attempt there. And so is Detroit, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one.
Thanks. Dwayne, you're ahead. How do you keep this up for the rest?
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. substitutions. Clark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on.
Oh.
Pursue the ball.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Dwight Powell, Jalen Brunson out there with J.J. Barea. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Kleba in at the power forward position. Knocked away and stolen by Murray. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
And they call an illegal screen here.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
1:36 left in the third. That shot is off. Mavericks trail by 12. Brunson the pass to Barea. Here's Kleba. It's good.
Wow.
Play set up by Barea.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's Kennard, guarded by Barea. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up.
What a play there, the hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
Derrick Rose is checked in for the Pistons. And Dallas also making a switch. Doncic is checked in.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
Rose gets the bucket.
Boy, you look at Rose and you just love the imagination he brings to his offensive game. You know, this guy's constantly pushing the boundaries of his basketball ability.
Doncic outside. Kennard with the rebound.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Mavericks trail by 15. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Now, here's Barea. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. And here's Rose. 7 points in the game. And they pick up 2. Rose has got 4 this quarter.
You know, how about the touch right there, guys? I mean, when Rose gets a chance to go with the floater, he takes advantage of it.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've had it. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
We got to get down to the game.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Kennard is out there with Derrick Rose. Then there's Marquise Morris. Then there's Andre Drummond. That's the group for Detroit right now.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
Barea with it. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Barea. Just 5 to shoot.
Oh, shit.
Drops in the layup for 2.
Hard not to commend the confidence of Barea. For a point guard, he's an excellent scorer, particularly inside.
Barea against Rose. Here's Kennard. Outside Rose. The 3. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
Yeah, you know, we've seen a much different version of him in this half, guys. He's been sharper, more focused, and more assertive.
Here's Berea. Got a piece of it. Overrode. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. As you're watching a game unfold, what characteristics do you look for in a great closer?
Obviously confidence, a real eagerness to make.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Pistons?
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Clark, you and I are amazed at how the global interest of the NBA has just gone through the roof. The league has made a lot of right moves, I think, in this area.
They sure have, Kevin. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the international reach through what coaches in this country have done in teaching the game and promoting the game. Not just coaches, but players as well. I think there's something about the game of basketball that just really transcends cultures. The pace of the game, the personality of the players, the creativity of the game, all of that lends itself to being so popular globally.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Detroit.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And in the season series, they'll end up taking the upper hand with this first victory for the matchup, a 1-0 record against Dallas.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Reggie Jackson.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
Lee finds Marjanovic. That one goes. Count it.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Brown feeling it out a bit. Back to Galloway. This one for three. Buries the long-range jumper.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put.
do? What is that to do? But let's see if this works. I'm not gonna say anything before we do that, before we close it. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna push this and we'll see who knows paying attention. I feel like that's how we should do it anyway. Just open it a lot more and see who's paying attention. Yeah, I could have done that faster.
Just cracked another 5, still get producing money. Niggas fighting for the throne, but they gonna take it from me. Shit's amusing, ain't it funny? I'm killing shit on the average.